Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my live training and YouTube channel, guys. I'll be uploading this session to my YouTube channel, guys, by the way. Okay. So, good morning and welcome back. And thanks for joining with such a short notice. Okay. And by the way, so we have a WhatsApp group for every batch. So, and like already 15 people confirmed they're joining, guys, already. Okay. And confirm they're joining. Some paid advance fees and some of you paid full fees. Right? So we have only limited seats available. So you need to, confirm your joining as soon as possible. So today, like 5+ guys told that they will confirm their joining, guys, by the way. And I have created a classroom, Google Classroom for sharing assignments and all. And I have sent invite to few people. Okay. The remaining guys, I'll send it immediately after the session. Okay, guys. So now let me start with performance testing fundamentals, guys. As most of your new joinees, I'll start with performance testing fundamentals. But I will not spend much time this because some of you are already joining load runner in Sham's batch, right? How many of you are joining Sham's batch load runner for Sham's batch for load runner, guys?
Hi, Pavan, this is Aditi. I'm one of the.
Okay. I have a couple of participants who are joining load runner as well, guys. So this is the load runner batch tracker. Okay. For the new joinees, we will start load runner from August, from next month onwards. So by that time, majority of the JMeter should be completed by that time. Clear, guys? So this is our load runner batch. And you see over here, this is load runner JMeter. That means first load runner will be covered for this batch and then JMeter. And this was started in June. You see over here, this is a batch tracker, guys. For every batch, we have a batch tracker wherein we track what concepts are covered daily and who all attended the session, how many participants attended the session. Clear, guys? So this is load runner batch. Till now, like 42 hours, 42+ hours are completed, guys, in this batch. Right? In the same way, I will create one batch tracker for your July batch also. This is July 2023 batch that you have joined for JMeter. Clear, guys? So please, please save my WhatsApp number so that you will receive my broadcast messages. If you don't save my WhatsApp number, you will not receive any broadcast messages, guys. Right? And those one more request, those who joined, those who inquired recently, please share your Gmail ID to me separately on WhatsApp. Please don't share it in the common WhatsApp group, but please share it to me separately so that I can add your Gmail IDs to this Google Classroom where I will be giving daily assignments, guys. Okay. And once you confirm you're joining, then only I will be adding to this, to this WhatsApp group or Google Classroom. And I will be sharing this batch tracker and all the training material. Okay. All right. So we started this batch on 12th of July, right? So we'll target to complete by end of August. We'll target to complete JMeter by end of August. Okay. So first 10 sessions will be performance testing fundamentals and JMeter introduction, Java installation on your machine and JMeter setup. Okay. And then, so scripting will take minimum 1 month. Complete JMeter scripting will take exclusive 1 month. Is my voice not audible? Someone Tarun ping me saying that my voice is not audible.
Audible.
It's audible.
Hey Tarun, please check your audio. Okay. By the way, so on Zoom meeting, guys, you see, if anyone is facing audio issues, like if you are not audible, if I am not audible, or if your speaker is not working, right? Or if your microphone is not working. In Zoom meeting, you see a mic symbol over here, right? Are you seeing the Zoom meeting controls at the bottom of my screen? Probably no, right? But if you see that mic symbol, there is a mic symbol on Zoom meeting controls. Guys, please join from laptop only going forward. Some of you might have joined with the through mobile. So please join from using laptop, guys. Do you have Srivani? Did Srivani join?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm audible to you. Okay.
Yes.
And guys, some guys did not join, did not connect to audio properly. Saraswati, are you able to hear me? Just bear with me for one day, guys. There are some non-competent guys who are completely new to Zoom meeting. Everyone, please save my WhatsApp number as I requested, right? And also like I'll be uploading this demo session to my YouTube channel. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Those who did not subscribe it, right? Let me quickly show you how to. I mean, for those who did not subscribe or those who are seeing this video on YouTube directly, right? So go to youtube.com and search for performance testing live training Pavan. Okay. Pavan MGMIT, or search with performance testing live training Pavan. Okay. And this is my YouTube channel, guys. You see over here my name, right? Name and institute name, Pavan MGMIT. Clear, guys? So please subscribe and turn on all notifications so that you will get, updates on the new batches. And all these, the first 10 days will be uploaded as public videos. All right. So you'll be getting notifications once you subscribe and turn on all notifications. You'll be getting notifications, guys, regarding new batches and and job openings and all, right? So please subscribe and don't miss to turn on all notifications. Clear, guys? All right then. So let's get started then. So, and by the way, like we have 15 guys already confirmed their joining. Ravi Kishore, did Ravi join? Ravi Kishore? Okay, I'm seeing one guy with name as Ravi. All right then. So I'll not go into this introduction and all this. I already gave demo last Sunday, right? Last Sunday, I gave a demo and I explained all this. So, if you missed that session, any one of you missed that session, so I'll post it in the WhatsApp group or directly to you. So please go through it. So today I'm going to start with, software development life cycle. 1 second, guys. All right. The previous one was a simple diagram. So this is more elaborated and, more detailed diagram. So which is showing you like who all will be involved in each phase, isn't it? So the previous one is a simple diagram. So you want me to keep that also? Okay. Just give me a moment, guys. So this is a simple software development life cycle, right? That means any project software development consists of all these phases. It starts with requirement analysis, right? Starts with requirements analysis. So client will tell you, suppose, a new project is being developed. So first your client will tell you what are their requirements, right? We'll collect all those requirements and we'll analyze those requirements. Guys, there is some background noise from few participants. I'm muting everyone. Okay. So if you have any queries, please unmute yourself. Use Alt A on Zoom meeting. So Alt A is the shortcut to unmute or mute yourself. Okay. So once we collect the requirements from the client, right? So software development team will analyze all the requirements and the architects will design the application. The software development architects will design the application. So I'll go to the detailed diagram in the next slide. Okay. Here I'll explain, I'll explain again each phase. But this is a simple diagram which is easy to understand. The reason why I have started with this is we have a lot of non-computers guys from non-computers background. Hey, Tarun, are you able to hear me now?
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, your voice is not coming.
No, it should be issue on your side. Who is this? Who is this? Guys, others, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it could be an issue on your side. Please check your speaker volume also. Okay. And please check if your speaker is on mute. Right. As there are some lot of guys are there from, majority of the guys are from non-computers background. So I'm starting with software development lifecycle, guys. Okay. So here in this design phase, right? So in the design phase, the software development architect will be involved, and he will design the application. So which technology should be used for front end, which technology should be used for back end, right? And which database to use, right? All these will be decided, or all these will be planned in the designing phase. Now, once the designing phase is completed, right, then implementation phase comes into picture. What is implementation phase? That is nothing but coding phase, right? Developers will start writing the code as per the design that is finalized, right? So this is implementation phase or coding phase. Now, once the coding is completed, once developers complete the coding, of course, this is a typical software development lifecycle. So nowadays testing will be started along with development. We'll discuss that later. Okay. In agile methodology, or in nowadays, not nowadays, almost like from 10 to 15 years, testing will be started along with the development, right? We'll discuss that, right? So implementation phase is nothing but coding phase or development phase. While developers are writing the code, testing will be started. Now, right? Testing will be started in parallel, and testing will be started and done in parallel. Software testing will be started. Now, once testing is completed, the application will be pushed to evaluation phase or into production or live environment, right? That is called as evaluation phase. Clear, guys? So this is a simple software development lifecycle diagram. So we are not interested in designing phase, requirement analysis, or development phase or evaluation phase. So we are interested in this testing phase. We'll discuss what are the different types of testing going forward, right? Now let me go to the elaborated diagram which I have added to it, right? So this is analysis phase. Guys, understood, guys? As there are from non-computers, right? I have started with that simple diagram. Clear, guys? Now this is a detailed diagram. Observe here. Analysis means nothing but requirement analysis again, right? So typically, we can say that there are 6 phases of software development lifecycle. There are 6 phases of software development lifecycle. So the diagram may be slightly varying, but the underlying concept will be same ways, right? So this is nothing but requirement analysis phase, and then design phase, right? And this diagram tells you who all will be involved in each phase. You need not remember now all these, right? But remember all the 6 phases of software development lifecycle. Understand what are the different phases in software development lifecycle. So it starts with requirement analysis, and then designing, application designing will be done. Architects will be doing that. I just now mentioned, right? So architect will be designing the application. And now next one is implementation or development phase, wherein your front-end developer, back-end developer will be writing the code and developing the application. And parallelly testing will be started, right? And here, like you will have manual test engineer, or functional test engineer, automation test engineers, performance test engineers, and security test engineers, and UAT testing. There are different types of testing that we will discuss soon. So testing team will be testing the application. Clear, guys? And then once the testing is completed, then the application will go into production or deployment. Then the application will go into deployment phase, right? And DevOps team also will be involved from this testing phase and in this deployment phase. Clear, guys? And once the testing is completed, right, we actually need to give a sign off. Testing team should give a sign off to the build. Sign off means we need to decide, testing team need to decide whether that code should go into live environment production or not. And that is the reason why software test engineers are paid equally with developers. Even though we don't write any code, of course, automation testing involves writing code. However, functional testing, performance test engineers, security test engineers, we will not be writing any code. But still, this is the main reason why software testers are paid equal with the developers. Is it clear, guys? Testing is as critical or as crucial as software development. And as far as, many of you have this query, right? How will be, is the testing career, software testing career promising or not? Yes or no? A lot of you still have that query in your mind, right? how promising it is, or how what will be the career growth, isn't it? Yes, please speak out, guys.
Yeah.
Right. So I hope I have answered that question, right? So
Yes.
as far as software development is there, testing will be there, right? Even we still have like 5+ openings in our referral companies for even for manual testing or functional testing, and we have 10+ openings for performance testing. 1 to 3 years is one band, 3 to 6 years is one band, and 6 to 8 years is one band. For the moment, at the moment, we have openings for all these positions, guys. I'll quickly show you the openings that we have currently. Right. And even in this ration period, the reason why I'm mentioning here is like, we know that world is going through a ration, but still we have a lot of openings in performance testing particularly. And we are seeing 8 to 10 openings in Naukri daily. So these are a couple of openings that we have for Bangalore location, work from home, work from office. It's purely work from office, guys, by the way. We have these positions now, 1 to 3 years. So we have 4 positions for this role. And then we have, 2 positions for 3 to 6 years experience. And this is the JD, job description for those openings. Right. And Ola is the client. Clear, guys? And for the same client, this is for JMeter, and for the same Ola client, we have load runner project also. And here we are having 6 openings in Hyderabad. I'll show you that WhatsApp conversation as well. We have 6 openings for Hyderabad and Bangalore for the same client on load runner. And this is for JMeter, guys. This is purely for JMeter. Whatever I am showing you, the job description, this is JMeter requirement, right? And we also have some referral openings on load runner as well. I'll show you that, that conversation as well. Okay. And that is from one of my previous companies. Now, so coming back to our software development life cycle, right? So once the testing is completed, right, testing team need to give sign off for that build or sign off for that code, right? Then it will go into, then only it will go into deployment, or then only it will go to the next phase, right? And once the application, once the code is, or once the software project is deployed, right, then maintenance phase, of course, right? It will have regular maintenance phase wherein, you will have, again, you will have testing team involved over there. Testing team, support managers, and all this will be involved over there. Any queries, guys, before we move to the next slide? Guys, please be interactive. Any queries? So if you don't have any queries, I'll move to the next slide, guys. Now, so we are not interested in this analysis phase, or design phase, or development phase, or deployment. So we are interested in this testing phase, isn't it? So we are interested in this testing phase. That's why we are here this morning. Okay. Now let's say, let us discuss this testing life cycle. So what are the different types of testing, and what are the different types of testing, and what are the different environments we do testing? Okay. So before going to testing life cycle, so this is my favorite quote about testing. So to tell somebody that they are wrong is called as criticism, whereas to do so officially is called as testing, where we get paid, right? Understood the quote, guys? I hope everyone understood that. To tell somebody that they are wrong is called as criticism, whereas to do so officially while getting payment is called as salary, is called as testing, isn't it? Make sense, guys?
Yes, Pawan.
Okay.
Nice quote.
Okay, thank you. So now let's understand the testing life cycle. There are different phases in the testing life cycle, right? Or there are different types of testing. When developers are writing the code, right, as and when developers write some piece of code, right, they do something called unit testing. As developers are developing the code, they also do something called unit testing. So what is the meaning of a unit? What is the general meaning of an unit?
A component.
Right. So unit means component. A small part of something is called as a unit, isn't it? A small piece of something, that is called as a unit, isn't it? Now developers, let's assume that, a group of developers are developing a Java application, right? And in Java, what is the unit of Java? Or one, Anyone who have Java in their academics or who
One line
completed
code.
Java training?
One line code.
Module.
No, I'm asking, in Java, right? So unit of piece of code is called as a
Class.
class, right? It's called as a Java class, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyone, who are having Java in their academic space? And non-computer, there's nothing to worry, okay? So in Java, like any piece of code or, we basically the unit of code is called as a Java class, right? Once, let's assume that a group of developers are developing a Java application. Now they will write different Java, hundreds or thousands of Java classes. Each developer will be writing tens or hundreds of Java classes, and any project can contain like thousands of Java classes. Clear this? Now, as soon as a developer write a Java class, right, he will do something called unit testing. And unit testing is also called as white box testing, which is done during the development or coding phase of an application. Okay. Why it is called as white box testing, I'll explain it in a moment, right? So for now, understand that unit testing is done by the developers in the coding phase of an application by the developers, right? And unit testing isolate a section of code and verify its correctness. And a unit may be an individual function, method, procedure, module, or an object. Okay, not only a Java class. So whenever developers writes a piece of code, written a piece of code for a addition operation, right? Let's assume that, developer wrote some piece of code for doing addition operation, or, he wrote a method or a function for adding two numbers. Then he will immediately test that piece of code, that individual function or a method, right? And that is called as unit testing. Clear, guys? I'll give some examples for this, guys. I'll give some examples for this. Before that, let me show you some piece of code for addition of two numbers. Just Google search Java code for adding two numbers. Okay. Now let's assume that developer wrote this code. You need not know this code, guys. You need not understand the code, but understand, like there are, see, they declared two numbers and they are adding those two numbers. And this is a method over here, function over here to add those two numbers. Now, once a developer writes some piece of code like this, they will do something called unit testing. Guys, no, you need not understand the code or you need not write the code, guys. Okay. But I'm just explaining what is meant by a function or a unit. That's it. Function or a method. Okay. Clear, guys? So they will do something called, as soon as developers write piece of code, right, they do something called unit testing. And that unit testing is also called as white box testing. That unit testing is also called as white box testing. Why is it called as white box testing? Is developers know the internals of the code, right? Each and every line of the code. That's why that is called as a white box testing. Okay. Once I explain black box testing, then you will understand. Then you will clearly understand, or you will be able to clearly differentiate what is white box testing and what is black box testing. So just give me a moment. Guys, those who are joining from mobile data, using mobile data or dongles, so please check your internet connection, guys. Okay, some people are complaining. I know I am getting some WhatsApp messages saying that my voice is not audible. So those who are joining through mobile, so you have a speed test app. Okay, you have a mobile app for speedtest.net. Can you please download this? If you are using mobile data now at the moment, can you please download this app, guys? You'll have a mobile app called speedtest.net or speedtest. Or if you're those who joined from your laptop or those who joined from through a browser, right? So please, please go to this website speedtest.net and check your internet connection quality, please. Please check your internet connection quality, everyone. Right? And remember this website, guys. Bookmark this website. Everyone, please bookmark this website. Okay. Oh, this website gives you one additional metric called ping time. This is important rather than upload and download speed. This ping time is important, guys. Understood, guys?
Sir,
Yes.
yeah, how to check whether net is working properly or not? I mean, after observing this website, how to get that idea?
Yeah, I'll explain that. Yes, I'll explain that. So basically, the ping time should be in single digit or 2 digit, smaller 2 digit. Okay. So ping time is nothing but reaction time. So this should be a single digit or a smaller double digit. Okay. Generally, it will be single digit only for me also, but somehow right now it is a double digit number. It is 16 seconds, 16 milliseconds, sorry. Right. So this should be as small as possible. The smaller it is, the better your internet connection quality is. Understood, guys?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So please check this one rather than upload and download speed, even if you have 10 Mbps also, that is fine. Absolutely fine. But this ping time is important. Okay. Even for work from home, those who are doing work from home, this is important. Those who are, joining online meetings and all, right? So this is very important, guys. So if this ping time is a 3-digit number, so, that means your internet connection quality is not good. Understood, guys? If it is a 3-digit number or 80, 90, like that, somewhere like that, that means your internet connection quality is not good. Right? Please remember this website, speedtest.net. Okay. There will be network latency. If this number is very high, there will be network latency. Okay. You may not, your screen will not get refreshed immediately whenever the other person is switching between the screens. Right? There will be network latency. Okay. Now coming back to this, types of testing. Is everyone clear about it, guys? What is unit testing?
Yes, Pawan.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, the next type of testing is integration testing, right? To explain this unit testing, and so developers already did the unit testing, right? Now let's understand what is integration testing. So what is the meaning of integration? What is the general meaning of integration? Anyone?
Adding.
Combination of two or more than two modules.
Yeah. So integration, general meaning of integration is, okay, I'll do software integration and I'll search for software integration, right? Testing. So integration means it is a testing technique that focuses on verifying the interactions and data exchange between different components, right? So see, again, so let me take some example over here. Let's assume that a group of developers are, developing this Gmail application. Okay. Let's take this Gmail application. Everyone is using Gmail, right? There is no one who is not having a Gmail account, isn't it? So everyone is using Gmail. So I'll take Gmail example. Let's assume that a group of developers are developing this Gmail application, right? Now this Gmail application, so if you see these apps, right, there are a lot of apps over here, right? Isn't it? There are a lot of Gmail apps, right? Like YouTube, Google Maps, Google Play, Google Meet, isn't it? Google Contacts, Google Drive. There are tens of apps, isn't it? Now, there will be a separate team working on YouTube application. There will be a separate team who will be working on Google Meet, right? All these apps will not be developed by a single person or a single group, isn't it? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So different teams will be developing different apps, these different apps, isn't it? Google Photos will be developed by one separate team, right? Google Ads, Google Docs will be developed by a different team, right? Now, once all these are integrated together, combined together, right? Suppose if I go to Google Apps and click on YouTube, it should take me to my YouTube. It should take me to YouTube application, isn't it? Or if I click on Google Classroom or Google Slides, isn't it? So it should perfectly work and it should take me to my Google Classroom. Isn't it, guys? So once we combine these different components, right, they should be working seamlessly. Isn't it? Understood, guys? So ultimately we have to combine all these apps together and display it over here. Isn't it, guys? And they should, once we combine all those components together, right? So they should be working seamlessly, right? So for that, to test that, we do something called integration testing, system integration testing. Integration testing or system integration testing. Clear, guys? So integration testing is defined as a testing, right, which is used to verify the once the modules, different modules are integrated together, right, we will test them as a group. Once they are integrated together, we will test them as a group, and that is called as integration testing. Clear, guys? And this is done in an environment called SIT environment. Now you may be wondering what is meant by this environment, right? Environment is nothing but a group of computers. That's it. One computer or a group of computers is called as an environment. That's it. Clear, guys? So integration testing is done in an environment called SIT environment, and where SIT stands for system integration testing. Right? Now, a typical software project consists of multiple software modules coded by different programmers, which I already explained just now. Right? And the purpose of this integration testing is to expose any defects in the interaction between these software modules once they are integrated. Is it clear, guys, what is meant by integration testing now?
Yeah, this one.
The next type of testing would be functional testing, right? Another type of testing, or the next type of testing, is functional testing. And this functional testing is done in an environment called QA environment, where QA stands for quality analysis or quality assurance. Before going to functional testing, I'll explain some example. I want to explain some automobile example, right? So suppose, if you take any vehicle, like whether be it a bike or a car, right? It will be having thousands of components, right?
Yes.
It will be having, if you take even a bike or a car, right? It will be having thousands of components, isn't it? Now, all the components will not be manufactured by a single manufacturer. Yes or no? Agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? So if wheels are manufactured by one manufacturer, or if you take a car example, steering wheel will be manufactured by one manufacturer. Seats will be manufactured by another manufacturer. Your tires will be manufactured by different manufacturer. Again, tires also, we have different manufacturers. We have MRF, we have, Apollo tires, a lot of companies, isn't it? Michelin, Goodyear, etc., etc. Now they will do testing, right? So once that component is manufactured, they will do their testing, isn't it? Every product will be subjected to testing, and then only it will be sold. It will come into the market, isn't it? Even if you are buying a garment, right? You see a small sticker on that, right? Okay, tested, isn't it? You see a sticker on any garment, right? So a small sticker like this, okay, tested, yes or no? Even if you buy a garment, yes or no, guys? That
Yes.
they'll check that, garment. Okay, I'm not getting appropriate image. Sorry for that. Okay. You see a sticker like this, right? Tested, okay? Yes or no? How many of you observed that, guys?
Yes.
Or quality okay or something, right? So now, okay, each piece is manufactured by a different manufacturer, and then once those components come to the assembling unit, right? All these components will be integrated together, assembled, right? Be it a bike or a car. And now once these all these components are integrated, again they will do testing, right? Obviously they have to do testing again, isn't it? Because after assembling, we have to make sure whether they are working properly or not once they are assembled, isn't it? So in the same way, software also requires this integration testing. Any software requires this integration testing once different modules are integrated logically and they are tested as a group, and that is called as integration testing. Clear, guys? And the purpose is to expose the defects in the interaction, to find out if there are any defects in the interaction between these software modules once they are integrated. Okay. And now shall we move to the next concept, guys? Right? And once they are integrated together, they do functional testing, right? In that example, whether they are functioning properly or not. Yes or no? Isn't it? What is functional testing now? So testing the functionality of the application is called as functional testing, right? Functional testing is a type of black box testing where the system is tested against the functional requirements or specifications. It is a black box testing where the system is tested against the functional requirements or specifications. I'll take again Gmail example for this, okay? Because everyone is, well aware of this Gmail application. I'll take this Gmail example. Let's assume that, you go to Gmail, homepage, right? And you enter gmail.com, and you get this login page, isn't it? Wherein we need to enter our email or phone number, right? And let's assume, you enter your Gmail ID, right? And now if it is a valid Gmail ID, once you click on next button, so what are we supposed to get? What are we supposed to see?
Password text box.
Right. So if this is a valid email address, once you enter that Gmail ID, click next, it will ask for a prompt for the password, isn't it? But if it is not a valid email address, let's assume that, I am using some junk characters like this, right? I'm using some junk characters like this and click on next, right? Now it should display some error message like this, right? Isn't it? Yes.
Yes.
This is the functional requirement, right? Or this is how, Gmail is supposed to work. So this is called as functional requirement. If it is not a valid email or phone number, it should display some error message, isn't it? But if it is a valid email address, it should prompt for the password. So that is the functionality of this page. Understood, guys? So this is called as functional testing, or these are called as functional requirements, or this is how your Gmail homepage should function. Clear, guys? And testing the functionality of the application, right? Hold on. Let me disable annotation for others. All right. Right? So functional testing is a type of black box testing where the system is tested against the functional requirements or specifications. Functional, now you understood what is meant by functional requirements or specifications, guys? If it is a valid Gmail ID, it should prompt for password. If it is not a valid Gmail ID, it should display an error message. That is the functional requirement of the specification of Gmail homepage. Clear, guys? And testing, if you are testing that manually, so this, first of all, this is called as functional testing, testing the functionality of the application, right? Now, if you are doing that functional testing manually without any tools, that is called as manual testing. And if you are using any tools like Selenium with Java or Selenium with Python, or there are a lot of automation tools nowadays, Tosca, right? So test team, right? If you are using any tools for doing the testing, that is called as automation testing. Clear, guys? Functional testing, functional. So if you are doing functional testing manually without using any tools, that is called as manual testing. And if you are doing functional testing with some automation tools like Selenium or Tosca or something, that is called as automation testing. We'll discuss that in the next slide. However, for now, understand what is functional testing and what is black box testing. So this functional testing is also called as black box testing. The reason why it is called as black box testing is testing team need not know the, which programming language that application is developed, or they need not know the code, right? They need not know if it is a Java application, right? They need not know any Java programming language for testing this. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? So it is a complete black box for them. They don't know what is inside that code. Understood, guys? That's why that is called as black box testing. Now you understood the difference between white box and black box testing. So in here, developers know each and every line of code. They know the internals of the application. That's why it is a white box to them. Guys, am I audible, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Whereas for functional testing team, they need not know the code internals of the application. They need not know the architecture of the application, need not know. Okay. I'm not saying that they don't know, but they need not know, to test the application. They need not know the internals of the application, like what is the architecture, what is the, which programming language is it is written, right? And they need not know the code of that. That's why it is a black box for them. And that's why functional testing is also called as black box testing, right? Now, how do we do, how does this team do the functional testing? Functions or features are tested by feeding them input and examining the output. Functions or features are tested by feeding them input and examining the output. Now let us understand what is this feeding them input and examining the output. So in this example, this is the input, right? Email ID or phone number would be the input. And once you click on next button, you will get some output, right? If it is a valid one, it will ask for password, or if it is not a valid, if it is an invalid email ID, it will display an error message. That is the output. Now is the statement clear now? Functions or features are tested by feeding them input and examining the output. Is this statement clear now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Right? Now functional testing ensures that, so this functional testing ensures that the software requirements are properly satisfied by the application. Functional testing ensures that the software requirements are properly satisfied by the application, right? So this is about functional testing that we need to know, right? We should know the testing life cycle. Okay, even though we are interested in, you all joined for performance testing, so you should know before performance testing or what are the other types of testing apart from performance testing, isn't it? Right? Now the next type of testing is performance testing, right? The next type of testing is performance testing, and it is done in an environment called test environment or engineering environment. Performance testing is done in an environment called test environment or engineering environment. Okay. Now what is performance testing? Performance testing is non-functional testing. Please remember this, very important to understand. And whenever if someone asks you what is performance testing, it is non-functional testing, right? If you want to understand what is non-functional testing, first you should understand functional testing. What is meant by functional testing? And that is the reason I have explained all this. Clear, guys? So performance testing is non-functional testing to determine an application speed, responsiveness, stability of a software, right? It is a non-functional testing to find out an application speed. What do you mean by speed here? Right? What do you mean by speed here? Let's understand what is meant by speed here. Okay, first of all, it is a non-functional testing to find out an application speed, responsiveness, and stability. Okay, now let me explain what is meant by speed. Speed is nothing but response time of an application. Let's say, for example, you want to buy some product on Amazon, right? And you type amazon.com or amazon.in in your browser, isn't it? I'll take some new browser, private browser, right? I'm taking a private browser, guys. Incognito browser. I'll explain what is the difference between a normal browser and a private browser later on, right? This is a normal browser, and whereas I am using new incognito window or a private window, right? I'll explain this later in one of the sessions. What is the difference between a normal browser and this private browser? This is also called as private browser, guys. Okay. Let's assume that you are going to you want to buy some product. Okay. I'll take some other example, apple.com, right? Now, when you are trying to access this page, right? So there is certain delay, or it is taking some time to load the page, right? Yes or no, guys? I'll repeat it one more time. Okay. So I'll go to this private browser, and you take any website. Okay. Amazon.com or Amazon.in. It's taking some time to load the page, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Right? The same applies here as well. So if you go to apple.com, the reason why I'm taking these websites is it has a lot of high resolution images. So you can clearly see the difference, right? You see, it's taking some time to load this page, isn't it? That is called a speed of the page. How many seconds it is taking to load the page? And how can you measure that? Do we need any tool to measure this? Right? Not required. We have some inbuilt tools in the browser. Let me quickly show you that now. Okay. I will open another new browser, and I want to measure what is the speed of the apple.com website, let's say. Okay. Can everyone please do this along with me? Those who joined from your laptop, can you please do this, guys, along with me? Hit F12 on your keyboard, guys. Function F12 on your keyboard, and you'll get something called developer tools. Okay. You see this window, right? You see something called developer tools over here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Function F12, or you can use this option as well. Click on these three dots, go to more tools, and use this option developer tools. Control-Shift-I is the shortcut, another shortcut for this, right? And you got this developer tools window, right? Now let's type apple.com or any website that you like, or any website that you want to test, right? Now see here, it is at the bottom, it is showing some finish time, right? At the bottom, it is showing some finish time, right? Yes or no, guys? Okay, let me highlight it. Maybe, you are unable to locate it. Let me highlight it. You see over here at the bottom right of my screen. Please look at the bottom right of my screen, bottom right portion of my screen. It is showing some finish time, right? Finish time as 3.25 seconds. Yes, right? So that means it took like 3.5 seconds, approximately 3 seconds to load this page. Or this is the speed of this page, right? This is nothing but response time or speed of the page. Clear, guys? Understood, guys?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that is nothing but speed of the page, right? So performance testing is non-functional testing to determine an application's speed, responsiveness, and stability of a computer network, software program, or a device under workload. Don't worry about this. I'll give some simple example. Okay, performance testing is non-functional testing. Hold on. Remember this definition. Performance testing is non-functional testing to determine an application's speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. We'll discuss what is meant by speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. We'll discuss that. So, okay. So now you got a basic idea, right? High level overview. What is performance testing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So I'll stop it here, guys. So I'll stop it here for today. Tomorrow we'll discuss, difference between functional testing and non-functional testing, and we'll focus more on performance testing tomorrow. So I have a hard stop here. So I have, like a load runner batch, session will be started now. So let me pause recording. And once again, thanks for joining the demo, guys. And we have very few seats left already. These guys already paid fees and confirmed their joining, right? And a few of them, those who joined today, they are going to confirm their joining today. And we have a cap on each batch for individual attention. Okay, we have a limit on each batch, right? And this is the first time, that, before starting the batch itself, like, like 10, 15 plus people paid their fees already, right? Generally, like after attending 4 or 5 demo sessions, I used to get the fee. That speaks about the market, guys. Okay. So, and I'm not saying that, I'm doing something really great or wonderful. So market is very good. Job market is very good. And, from past 2 months, we are seeing a lot of openings. Those who are having a profile, how many calls you are getting, right? Some of you told that, you already have created a performance testing profile in Naukri. And there are a lot of openings from the last 2 months. Okay. So, whatever, so job market has literally freezed in last November, and November, December, till last 2 months, till May, we don't have, we have less calls. But from month of June, there are a lot of openings, particularly for performance testing. So it's up to you whether, how many of you will grab this opportunity. All right. So please confirm your joining as soon as possible. And also, if you have any friends or relatives who are looking for, testing career, which involves low coding or no coding, that is another wonderful thing performance testing is. Performance testing is a low coding or no coding career, right? But still packages will be equal to the developers. Now developers will be jealous of this if they know our packages. I'm sure that, developers will be jealous of if they know our packages, because the performance test engineers packages are equal to developers, or more than developers in some cases. Even though we need not write any code, we need not have any programming skills. Clear, guys?
You better Google Classroom invite.
Yeah, I'll send it. Once you confirm your joining, I'll send the Google Classroom invite, and I'll add you to this WhatsApp group as well. This July 2023 WhatsApp group as well. Okay.
So,
Yeah. So let me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
One
are
second.
you going?
One
Are
second.
you go? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
Tell me.
conclude the session. I'll stop the recording, and then we can. If you have any queries, we'll have 2 minutes to discuss any queries. right? And guys, like, for those who are watching this session on YouTube, so please, contact me or WhatsApp me on this WhatsApp number. Save this WhatsApp number, please, first of all. Otherwise, you will not get any updates on the new batches or, demo sessions. Please save my WhatsApp number and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel, guys. And, do refer any friends or relatives and, get up to 5,000 referral amount, guys. Okay. This is the first time that we are announcing up to 5,000 referral amount. Based on the fees that they pay, you can get some good referral amount. All right. And thanks for joining and have a nice day. And by the way, as I said, right, so I'll be starting JMeter from 8 to 9 a.m. Let me quickly give that schedule also. So initial, the initial 10 days will be for 1 hour only. Later on, like we will extend the session. So JMeter will be started in this 8 to 9 a.m. batch, 9 a.m. IST from 12th July, right? Can consider that, we started this already. I already gave demo session last Sunday, and we already have, 15 plus guys who already enrolled. And load runner will be started from August, and timings will be 9 to 10. Load runner will be started from August, okay, end of August. Clear, guys? We are already having one load runner session, one load runner batch running now during the same timing. Once load runner is completed in this batch, right? So you can start, load runner, you can start joining load runner as well from 9 to 10 a.m. and you can complete both the tools parallelly by end of July, August, September. By end of September, you can join, complete both the tools. So I'll be covering in this, along with JMeter, I'll be covering BlazeMeter, InfluxDB, Grafana, InfluxDB, Grafana, and couple of monitoring tools. So in the same way, we will cover some monitoring tools along with load runner as well. Okay, right? So if you, and I already explained, how many tools are required, for freshers, how many tools are required for 1 to 2 years experience, or how many tools are required for 3+ years experience. I already explained it in the last demo session. I'll be sharing it in the WhatsApp. Please go through that previous demo session, guys. Okay. And let me pause recording. Recording is getting lengthy. Like now we can discuss any queries if you have, guys. Okay. And I'm pausing the recording. Thanks once again.